Right, so in this episode of Secrets, we're just looking at the wheel nuts for the XK8. Partly because I want to give an extra little secret that was shared with me by one of our super subscribers. Also because we've got actually quite a lot of questions related to wheel nuts, which means there's more secrets in here than I thought. So first one is, and then we're flashing the name of the helper on this one up on the screen. I don't know if that's showing up very well. Let's do a little focus. There is a number stamped, I think it is on there. It's on mine, it's 67, if you can see that, on the top of your puzzle nut spanner. This is the device to remove the locking, in inverted commas, wheel nut on your Jaguar. It's in the spare wheel toolkit. Write down that number in your little book, in your book of notes, or in the corner of your owner's manual somewhere, because should you lose this, that is the code for the pattern on your locking wheel nut and will enable you to get a new locking wheel nut spanner or locking wheel nut to match your spanner. So thank you very much for that top tip. Next, the wheel nuts themselves. We've covered the fact that the locking wheel nut is covered with a stainless steel embellisher that makes it look like the other wheel nuts. The exception being it has this, I guess, a vestigial attempt at saying I'm a key. There's a key slot on the top. Other than that, it looks very much the same as the wheel nuts. Now, if you've got this on your locking wheel nut, it's very difficult to remove the cover, let alone undo the wheel nut, unless you have a nice little tool, as we've described before, that lives in the boot of your car, that you push over, it clicks, grabs hold of the cover, and then allows you to, he says, pull that cover off. We've had a few people say they can't get the covers off the other wheel nuts. These are not covers that are removable. We've had people think that they've got locking wheel nuts on every nut because they can feel a movement on the head relative to the thread. Obviously this ring is often loose, the seating ring. There you go. But they can feel this move when the wheel nut is tight. Therefore it's a cover and it's got to come off and we can't get it off. Don't worry about it. The nut has been encapsulated with this pressed on, crimped on, stays on cover, because the nut is a zinc passivated steel, but in an attempt to make it look pretty, there is a pressed on stainless cover, and you just use your wrench, socket, wheel nut spanner on this as normal. It does not come off. So don't fret, even if you can feel a very slight twitch on these, as long as it doesn't have that key slot, it's a nut and you can put a normal spanner on it and won't wreck it. Lastly, these don't get a lot of use, but they can wear out if you do use them a lot, and wear out in a bad way. And the bad way is these pins shear off, and then you can't undo your wheel nut. So take a good look at these on a regular basis. If you've got any sharp edges around here, it's worth just putting a tiny little needle file on and making them easy to use, because the one time you do need this is when it's pouring down with rain and you're at the side of a dual carriageway. So make sure it's intact, not broken, and that you'll be able to get them on, because last time you used it you didn't hammer the thing on and burr these up. So they're not the best design in the world, but they do the trick, So give it a check out now and again.